Evaluation of Urban Design, Randwick by Group 4. Randwick Overview. Located fairly close to the CBD, we would describe it as a light to medium density area. Population also has changed when compared to the CBD. It is an old district with numerous heritage sites, and public transportation is limited to bus only. Density, diversity, and mix. The site has a decent variety of uses, including a prep school, hospital, cinema, retail, and residential. We suspect that the hospital and commercial sites have the potential to attract or create more jobs in the future. As stated earlier, the site also has a wide range of users, both young and old. What works well? Good diversity of uses and users. What could be improved? Increased density. Pedestrians first. The space feels like it's car dominated. There are no buffers to protect pedestrians from the pollution produced by vehicles running through the area. While there is pedestrian access, it is of mediocre quality and it feels disjointed. What works well? Pedestrian sidewalks are provided, however, disjointed. What could be improved? Need buffer from traffic, air, and noise pollution. Transit supportive. The only accessible mode of public transportation is the bus system. We highlighted that there are two main roads running through the area in orange lines. We identified two nodes. First, the end of the retail corridor with a small statue, and second, High Cross Park. What works well? The grid pattern of development allows for permeability and dense land uses along Belmore Road. What could be improved? Light rail and cycling paths would activate the site. Placemaking. While there are street trees and public spaces, they aren't well developed. Street trees are disjointed. They are plentiful along one street but gone in the next. High Park is very difficult to access since it is bounded by three car-dominated streets. Landmarks don't have space to breathe and are almost hidden by the built environment. What works well? Retains heritage buildings which adds character to the identity of the location. What could be improved? More green space and public areas and improved street furniture. Complete communities. Daily living needs are accessible within walking distance. As stated earlier, the site has a diverse mix of land uses, including hospital, retail outlets, and parks. What works well? Accessibility to different uses within the community. What could be improved? More continuous street trees to improve the pedestrian experience and more integrated parks. Integrated natural systems. Does biodiversity exist in the area? Yes, but it's quite limited. Street trees are dispersed and not well integrated within the built environment. We identified some bird life, but it's very limited. What works well? Not much. Existing natural systems are not integrated into the area. What could be improved? Vegetation needs to be planned and designed to achieve benefits of natural systems. Integrated technical and industrial systems. The site is actively developing new technical and industrial systems. This is demonstrated by the recent completion of a new hospital building and the ongoing construction of a light rail through the area. There is also ample vehicular and pedestrian access, which means it's fairly easy to move around the site. Limited industrial land use means that there is potential to develop more profitable land uses. What works well? Introduction of light rail once provided, renewed hospital precinct, and upgraded waste management plan. What could be improved? Upgrading accessways for logistics and reduction of vehicular traffic. Local sources. Local sources of food are available but not promoted. However, in the bigger picture, shops are selling goods which were created outside the area. What works well? The ability to access local supplies. Also, organics buyers groups to source and supply local and organic produce. Nearby community garden within UNSW. What could be improved? Promotion of local products. Engage communities. We notice a fair amount of rubbish in the area. This reduces amenity and community pride. We also found out that the areas provided regular newsletters by council. What works well? Local used for community events, informal community interest groups, and the community is fairly vocal about future developments within the area. What can be improved? Promotion of importance of improving amenity, for example, reducing littering. Redundant and durable life safety and critical infrastructure systems. From our observations, we can say that the built environment, including heritage sites, appear in good structural condition. However, these buildings are unlikely to contain the latest technology to reduce waste and increase energy efficiency. What works well? Heritage and residential buildings constructed well and still in good working condition. What can be improved? Promotion of green technologies, for example, solar panels and rainwater tanks. Resilient operations. This principle focuses on developing building types and urban forms with reduced servicing costs and reduced environmental footprints. We observed that Randwick is reducing its environmental footprint by reusing old buildings within the area. We also noticed a fair amount of mixed-use buildings. What works well? Efficient use of existing services and buildings. What could be improved? Opportunity to increase density when light rail is provided. Recommendations to improve Randwick's urban form. First, we would like to increase the amount of open spaces for residents. These includes activities for a diverse range of users. Pedestrian portions of roads need to create increased amenity and vibrancy. Reorganization of transport routes and upgrading streetscapes and facades. We also recommend increasing integration of vegetation and providing a buffer between different transport modes. Finally, we would like to increase density to utilize investment in light rail infrastructure and increase cycling opportunities and amenity.